Mondays we talk about body, Wednesdays we talk about mindset, Fridays we talk about business. Today is body, and I thought particularly because of today the gyms are reopening that I'd talk a little bit about gyms and whether you need a gym to be fit, how you can compensate if you can't go to the gym or don't want to go back to the gym, what you can do from home, and just talk about, what gyms are really for. It might sound a really odd question, but so many people say to me, oh, I need to lose weight, I must go to the gym. Well, the two, let's start there. The two sort of aren't necessarily connected together, because when people want to lose weight, it means generally speaking, they want to lose body fat, which generally speaking means that, always speaking, means that they need to cut down on the food that they're taking in, the calories they're taking in, I should say, and they need to increase their energy expenditure. And the easiest way to do it is to reduce the calorie intake, first of all. So you don't need to go to the gym to lose weight. You can just go to the kitchen a bit less frequently, eat denser food, more protein. That will fill you up more. Don't drink your calories, all the things that I've talked about before. And that is a way to lose weight. So the gym is not really for losing weight, although obviously you can use it to increase your energy expenditure. But surprisingly, when you go on a treadmill and it says, congratulations, you've used 500 calories. Well, you would have used a significant proportion of those calories just literally standing there anyway, because your body needs calories just to operate all the bodily functions, the breathing, the digestion, the movement, all of this stuff here is using calories. So the calories that a treadmill tells you you've utilized is actually misleading, and only a tiny proportion of that number is what would have been attributed to running on the machine. But having said that, obviously, if you want to go to the gym just to get your running because you don't want to go outside, or you want to do your steps, because you don't want to go outside, then that's, I suppose, one reason to go to the gym. But that is the only reason to go to the gym in terms of losing weight. The vast majority of the gym, though, most sort of, weightlifting gyms, they're full of weights and machines of one form or another, and they are to build muscle. And but let's just sort of put the cardio bit to bed first of all. Obviously, we can all go out for walks, we can all go and do our steps, we can all go outside and do our run. I've actually got I think you've seen me before, I've got a trampoline here, so I do a lot of trampolining to get steps in. I mean, last night I realised that although I'd done my 10,000 steps for the week, I'd not actually quite hit 10,000 for the month overall, so I just literally put a song on and finished my steps just to get to over 10,000 for the month as well. So looking at little metrics like that and just keeping your activity up is a great way to make sure your energy expenditure is up. So, but getting back to the gym and do you need it? Well, obviously it's there to build muscle. That's what all the equipment is there for. So those of us who've been working out from home, most days during the lockdown, we probably have missed some of the equipment and the machines that are there. But not necessarily because of the result, funnily enough. It's more because, the amount of weight that you can easily put together on a machine, which takes a bit more doing when you're at home. Let me just break it down a little bit about what we're trying to do at the gym. We're trying to build a physique, we're trying to build muscle. And your muscle doesn't actually really know whether you are either doing a series of squats, let's say, at home, carrying heavy weights while you do it, or whether you're on a leg press, for example. So it's not, the muscles are not going to respond differently just because you're on a machine in the gym. It's all about sort of the time under tension and the amount of weight that you're putting on a muscle. And so when you go to the gym, it's very much with the same mindset as if you were working out from home. Basically, you've got to look at your body, break it down into body parts, and then just decide how you're going to put that particular muscle under tension. That's how you build a physique. So what we've been doing in YBMB for the past year, we could easily have done with the gyms open. And to be honest with you, we're just going to carry on doing. I do belong to a lovely gym, Equinox Gym in St James's, and I probably will carry on going there once or twice a week because I really like, some of the being able to use their squat rack and all of that. And it's just a nice walk to go there. But I've stayed on my toes and stayed fit and built muscle all of this last year. So what we do at YBMB is we break the body down, first of all, into a series of muscle groups. And I know it sounds obvious, but, you know, for me anyway, and I'm sure many of you are the same, you know, up until the age of 54, I still had no idea what the different muscle groups were, and didn't call them by the right names, and didn't really understand what I was trying to do if I was in a gym. So if you think about it, you know, we've got big muscle groups really, and you can divide your body into sort of your big chest muscles here, your pecs. You can then look at the big muscles on the back, which are your lats, and if you work these, then it gives you that sort of nice V shape like that, male or female. You've obviously got your arms, you've got your shoulders, you've got your delts this side here, you've got your biceps the front, you've got your triceps the back, which you want to try and keep firm so that you know, you don't get the wobbly arm look. And so that's the whole arm area. And then obviously you've got your core, you've got your abs, you've got, you know, your lower back. Then you go down, you've got your bum, so you've got your glutes, which are divided into sort of 3 sets of muscles in your glutes. And obviously, you know, you want to work those, not just because they look a lot better when they're stronger and they lift up, but also because then that really helps you with your overall strength. It takes the weight off of your lower back if you've got stronger glutes. Then you go down to your legs, and obviously we've got the front, we've got the quads, and we've got the backs, which are the hamstrings. And everybody sort of says, oh, you know, I want better thighs. I don't, you know, I want a thigh gap, and all these different things that people say that they want with their legs. But the only thing they can do really is to work the fronts of their legs, the quads, and the backs of their legs, the hamstrings. And obviously at the bottom, you've got your calves as well. Mostly women don't tend to sort of focus too much on calves. Obviously men do more. And then, you know, your lower arm as well, forearms, which women don't tend to work on too much, but some men do. But that's really how you break your body down. And then you sort of, with a gym session, whether you're at home or going to the gym, you just want to choose exercises which really put those particular muscles under tension. So if you think about it, you know, how am I going to work the pecs? And I'll just go through that. What I'll do is anybody who subscribes after on the link below, I did last summer, in between lockdowns, I was in Saint-Tropez, and there was a beautiful gym there and it was empty. So I did a video where I walked around every single one of the machines, and I did the alternative moves. I said, okay, here's a machine, this is what muscle it works, and this is what you would do if you're working from home. And I sort of did the alternatives on the floor or with hand weights, dumbbells and things. So if you subscribe to the link to our daily hints and tips, then we'll send you that film. You can watch it. It's not that long, but I think it's quite useful with, you know, and I sort of demonstrate it as I go along as well. But just to summarize that, so, you know, let's say, for example, you wanted to work your pecs, then yes, you know, you can go to the gym, and you can use the machines where you know, the pushing machines, and you can use, you know, the flies where you're pulling them forward like this, or alternatively, you can do push-ups on the floor, you know, press ups, or alternatively, you can lie down on the floor or a bench if you have one, and you can use dumbbells just to do a chest press. So, you know, you're going to get the same impact from those machines or from home doing press ups or a chest press, and, you know, and yet one's in the gym and one you're just doing from home. So that's this, you know, for the chest. Now, if you look at the back, exactly the same thing. I mean, you know, you can go to the gym and work your back on the various different machines, or alternatively, you can use your dumbbells. You can bend over with your dumbbells. You can pull the dumbbells up, and then you're doing a back row here. You can lean on the bench and do that as well. Obviously, you can do pull-ups from a bar, and you can work all of your back muscles. So again, you can either do that in the gym, or you can do it here at home. With your arms, obviously, you're primarily using dumbbells, so biceps, you know, raises to do your delts, shoulder press. You can do triceps like this, or, you know, pushing them like that. So it's all with hand weights primarily. And you obviously can do that from home. I could just be doing that here now. With your core, you know, yes, there are machines that you can hold which will really enable you to twist your core, and they can give you some great tension on you know, the core muscles around here. But alternatively, you can get that by doing planks, different variations of planks, different variations of crunches. You can do lower abdominals, upper abdominals. So that all of those moves tend to be without machines, whether you're in the gym or not in the gym. Then we come on to the glutes. That's one area where it is useful to be in the gym, because one of the best, well, there's a couple of really good exercises for that in the gym that I love to do. One is the back extension, where you're sort of leaning on the back extension machine, and then you're just pulling yourself up by clenching your glutes like that. And then another one is, the hip thrust, where, you want to have a lot of weight really. So you can accommodate a lot of weight once you get quite strong there. So I think my maximum has been 120 kgs with hip thrust. Well, to put together 120 kgs worth of weight at home, you do need a lot of plates and a lot of equipment at home. And obviously you need the barbell, and you probably need the pad thing as well, though you can make do with a towel. But for that sort of weight, if you haven't got that equipment, then you're either going to have to buy it, or you're going to have to go to the gym and sort of do that, and you want to do that a couple of times a week. But you can. The point is, you can do it from home, and you can do hip thrusts, off your bench at home as well, and get a good job done. You can put, could do single legs, which really help because you put all the weight on one leg and then the other leg, and then all sorts of things like frog pumps, etc., which can really work the glutes still. And then you can do RDLs from home as well. So variations of deadlifts. Yes, again, if you're in the gym, the squat rack's all there. Maybe you've got a Smithson machine or whatever. You've got a variation of different bars and loads of different plates. So I'd say it's easier, but you can still do it from home. You can get the different weights. You can use vertigrips if it makes your fingers ache. And then you can do the RDL move quite nicely and still get a really good workout on your posterior chain by doing RDLs, and that's really going to help with your glutes and your hamstrings as well. If you're thinking about hamstrings, one of the other ones that I love to do in the gym is the lying leg curl. Well, I say I love to do it. I sort of hate to do it. It's a love-hate thing. But you can really, really feel it, obviously, on a lying leg curl. So how do you get that same feeling? But you can replicate it when you're at home, and we've been doing that all year. One with the RDLs, as I mentioned, but also, you can lie down, you can grab the weight in your feet, and you can be, doing the leg curl movement with a weight. I use a 10 kg weight, holding it in my feet, and then you can put leg weights around your ankles as well. And you really can feel it. You can do that on the bench as well. So you can get to your hamstrings. Again, you can do that from home. It's just maybe slightly more complex. So once you've got it set up, you've got it set up. On the quads, obviously you can do all sorts of squats, but if you haven't got a squat rack at home, it does make it that bit more difficult to be able to do a heavy squat. So in the gym, I'll be able to do a heavy squat, and I can generally do 50 or 55 for sets of 10. But to do that at home, if you don't have a squat rack, I'm not going to be able to really do that. So then what I have to do is, single legged, rear elevated squats, keeping the weight on the working leg and things like that. So if you use a 20 kg kettlebell, for example, on the one working leg, and you've got your other one elevated, you still really, really then feel it on your quads. So you can replicate that move as well, even though it's not as easy. So I suppose on that part of the talk that I wanted to get across is the fact that, number one, you go to the gym to build muscle, not to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, then you can do that by, sorting out your nutrition and still going for all your walks and your runs outside. But number two, what we're really going to the gym for is to build muscle, and you can replicate all of those moves and put those muscles under tension at home. It may be slightly complex for some moves, but you can still do it. And the muscle doesn't know whether you're on a lovely leg press in an Equinox gym or whether you're actually sitting in Angela's garage, doing individual squats with single leg squats, rear elevated, all the weight on one leg. So you get the same impact is what I'm saying. And it's a lot more convenient. It's a lot cheaper. And, there's less excuses not to do it, because you can just sort of go in there and do it and then, get on with your day. So I think that home workouts are going to continue well into the future. Now we're all used to it. And in terms of basic equipment, I mean, I have a bench. I've got a range of different dumbbells, kettlebells. I've got a bar with plates that I put on, a variety of different bands, and a pull-up bar. And none of it matches. It's not particularly expensive stuff. It's stuff that I've accumulated as the years have gone by, and obviously at the beginning of the lockdown I bought a bit more, but you don't have to have fancy stuff and spend thousands. Far from it. You can just get a set of weights, as they do on YBMB. When people join us, they start with water, bottles of water, or cans of beans and things like that, and then gradually they'll buy a set of weights, and then maybe another set, and then maybe a bench, and then maybe some bands. So it goes on like that, but it's much, much cheaper than belonging to a gym, I can tell you. And obviously on YBMB as well, what we do is supervised live workouts twice a day. So people have 2 choices to come every single day. So that means that they've got 14 opportunities to come. If you were doing that and paying at a decent gym, a good personal trainer, 4 or 5 times a week, really, which is what you need to make a difference to your body, that's going to cost you £500 a week. We're nowhere near that. And we give all the business coaching and the mindset coaching, relationship, lifestyle, and all of that as well, nutrition. Just wanted to conclude talking about gyms is whether you're going back to the gym or whether you're working out from home, having a different type of split in your workout can keep it interesting and make sure that it keeps on sort of challenging the body, which is after all what we're trying to do. So what we do here, and I've got a nice list here now, I've tried all sorts of different variations. At YBMB we run for a season. So obviously that's 13 weeks, and we run it in line with the weather season. So we're still in the spring season at the moment. We start the summer season 1st of June. And I teach people from scratch, and those who are continuing, they jump on a more advanced class with us. But I start off with a very, very basic full body workout where I explain to people the main muscle groups, as I've just done to you, and the main moves. They practice that for a week with my team. And then there's week 2, I do a full back body workout. Week 3, I do a front body. Week 4, I go to a full body again, which is a bit more sophisticated. We take into account things like supersets. Week 5, we go to upper body. So we do an upper body workout. Week 6, we do lower. That's what we did on Saturday. So they'll be practicing that all week. So interspersed with upper as well. Week 7, we do another full body. Now it's a bit more sophisticated again, and we incorporate things like partials. So you're doing partial sets, which puts the muscle even more under tension. Week 8, I do side body, which interesting, there's quite a lot of little muscles down the side body. So I do that, then I'll do another front, then another back, then week 11, another upper, week 12, another lower, and then week 13, a full body where everybody from all the seasons comes together, and we normally do 1,000 repper on week 13. So like a 2-hour workout, which really finishes everybody off, but is a great sort of finale. And everybody then is totally familiar with all the body parts, exactly how to put them under tension, how to build their muscle, whether they are at home or whether they're in the gym. And I hope that's been a useful explanation. But like I say, if you would like to see my explanation of me walking around the gym in Saint-Tropez, showing you every sort of machine and then saying, okay, the equivalent of this, if you wanted to do it at home, is this, or this, then I think that might be very helpful, and I'd love to share it with you. So click on the link, subscribe, and then we'll send it to you. And that's me today for the live, 20 minutes. Please enjoy your workout. If you've not done it already today, count your blessings, as I said in my note this morning. It is important to do that. So often we're thinking about what we want to do next, what we could achieve, what we should achieve. But counting our blessings is a really nice thing to do. And at the end of the day, we all want to feel content and happy, don't we? And that's a great way to do it. So wishing you a lovely day, wishing you a lovely week, and I'll see you on Wednesday.